A virtual social story, coming back to school and social distancing. We'd like to say thank you to Social Stories for Kids for the use of their graphics and images in this video. We've done a really good job of social distancing and staying at home. Fewer people are getting sick with the coronavirus now. We need to be careful so that we don't spread germs at school. To keep everyone safe, things will be a little bit different at school. And this may be different in each class. Parents might be asked to stay out of the building to limit the amount of people inside. And there's our school gates where parents will wait outside. There will be hand sanitizer stations, and everyone who enters the school needs to clean their hands with hand sanitizer, and this will be provided. Everyone entering the school needs to make sure that they are healthy, and anyone who feels sick needs to self-isolate at home so they don't get others sick as well. We also need to physically distance ourselves from others at school. That means to leave a big space in between us. Lineups at school need to have larger spaces between each person. Coming into school, children will be met at the gate by a teacher or teaching assistant. There'll be markings to show where children will have to stand and wait. Different groups of children will go into school through different gates and doors. Some parts of the school might be closed. The classrooms will look different. Adults and children won't mix in different groups. Children will put their belongings at their own table. Their coat will go on the back of their chair and a drinks bottle on their table. Around the school there may be areas marked with tape on the carpet or in the classrooms, and this is to help us with our social distancing. The tables will also be spread out instead of in groups. This picture here shows us what the tables will look like in a classroom. Children need to stay at their table and do their jobs on their own. Children will have their own tray with their own learning resources and stationery, so your own pens and pencils. Cloakrooms will not be in use. Some areas of the school will have extra furniture stored in them. Outside time, wherever possible, children will spend time outside either doing PE or learning. We won't be able to share toys at school, and we won't be able to share pens and pencils at school. We need to limit the things that we touch so that we don't spread germs. Most of the surfaces in the classrooms will be empty as well. This is to help with cleaning. Some resources and equipment may still be in the classrooms. Teachers will make sure they're not shared and that they're cleaned after each person has used them. Some equipment will be out and be used by children. They will be cleaned after each use. Toilets, you will have to ask permission to go to the toilet. And hand washing, there'll be posters up reminding us all of how we do really good, careful hand washing. Rules. These will help keep us safe. We will do as ours first time, social distance from others, and many more rules. Your teacher will go through these with you when you come to school. The classrooms will be cleaned periodically throughout the day, lots of times, to keep everything clean and nice. All the bins in the classrooms will have lids on and have a foot pedal for you to throw your things away so you don't need to touch. We won't be gathering for assembly or worship in large groups. And our friends from other classes might not be outside at the same time. During playtimes and lunchtime play, children can play outside as much as possible, but again, we need to social distance and stay in our small groups. The playground will be coned off into sections, and your group that you are with will have to stay in that section. Lunchtime will be different, will be spread out again, it will be quieter in the lunch hall. Packed lunches, where possible, if the weather's nice, we'll have our packed lunches outside on the school field. We'll take our rubbish home with us rather than put it in the school bins. We won't be able to hug each other or hold hands at school. However, there are many things that we can do at school. It will be nice to be at school again. It will feel good to see some familiar faces, obviously from a distance though. Staying safe. Teachers will help children to stay safe by keeping at a distance. It will feel good to socialise with others from a distance. We'll get to see our friends and play games. It will feel good to learn at school. These changes in school won't last forever. It will only be for an amount of time, and then things will go back as they were eventually. The teachers will help everyone to stay safe all the time. When it's time, things at school will be more relaxed. Things will go back to the way they were. Being cautious at school helps us to keep everyone safe and healthy.